Jamal Niaz here at Wrestling MediaCon, joined by a very smartly dressed Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, I don't know about that now. Smartly dressed, it's very British, right?
Showing me up. I'm just doing my Kevin Owens t-shirt.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, you showed me up here. How's your day gone so far?
Man, wearing a lot of hats today. Producing some stuff for Fight. Fortunate enough to be involved with the NWA 10 Pounds of Gold segment. We're super excited about what's coming up with the 70th anniversary show. And here we are, talking backstage to Wrestle Talk. Where's Ollie?
Oh, I don't know where he is, actually. I don't know where any of the guys are. People are dropping off like flies at the moment. I think nobody can handle it after today. It's been a long day, hasn't it?
Well, it's not over yet.
It's not even over.
We got the Hall of Fame.
Oh, we have. We do. We do have that. Now, let's talk about your sort of. When was the last time you came to Manchester? Because I'd imagine that you've had some great times in this country and this city.
Yeah, I was just in the United Kingdom, Sheffield, Edinburgh, Cardiff, London, but actually drove through Manchester, but hadn't been here for a show in quite some time. Manchester's always been a really good town, good city. The arena gets to rocking. It's a world famous arena, so huge. It's back in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. There's a listing on the wall of the different famous arenas around the world, and I always say when I'm backstage, my Predators, hockey, and stuff like that. Look at this. Coffee service.
There we go.
Thanks, sir. No, but the arena is very famous.
Now, you've had a tremendous year. Probably the highlight would be the Hall of Fame ceremony. Can you talk to me about what that was like?
I'm talking to Wrestle Talk.
Oh, there we go. There we go, guys.
Of course. No. Yeah, it goes without saying. There's the ring. There's the ring. Yes.
I want to show that to the camera. There we go. There we go.
That's going to cost you. But no, yeah, 2018 has been nothing short of it. Just very humbling.
Yeah.
It's been something else. Very, very special. February they announced it. April, I haven't slowed down since, and a lot of great positive things going on. The Hall of Fame sort of kicked things off, and yes, it was definitely a highlight. And one of the things that made it so special is that my entire family, my father was there, obviously my wife and kids, so it was very special.
What was the moment like when you received the news that you were going to be inducted?
It was the first Sunday of 2018, and got a text, and they said, "Hey, can you chat?" And I went up in my office. It was a Sunday morning, and Karen and the kids were getting ready for church, and I was already ready, and it was a chat, and it was really, and I've said this many times because I've been asked that question, but I give the same answer every time because it was so authentic and so real that it was shocking. It was humbling, and I immediately turned to just how grateful I was because I knew the decision didn't have to be made, but it was, and they asked me, and obviously I said yes.
Now, we've seen with other superstars that haven't been a part of WWE for some time, and then when they have been inducted into Hall of Fame, it leads to like a period of them returning on television. Could you be returning on TV in some capacity in the near future?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I have no idea.
Well, I personally would absolutely love to see it,
Okay.
and I hope that does happen.
I take it one day at a time, but there's been a lot of rumblings around that, and actually I've been asked by that. You're certainly not the first to ask that. I've been asked by that multiple times.
Want to see it.
I don't know if they want to see it. Well, maybe, but they certainly are asking me about it. They're intrigued by the possibility.
And finally, I just want to ask you about your thoughts on what was a momentous event last week, All In.
It was unbelievable. The entire weekend. You know, I was contacted by Conrad Thompson many months ago, and he just wanted me to come up and sign autographs. And then one thing led to another. Obviously, the All In show, but it was a 4-day live podcast spectacular that was broadcasted on Fight, and then the event, and then for me to be asked to walk Nick down to the ring as the NWA champion in my history and my family's history with the NWA brand, and just everything that goes with it. It was such a very, very personally special weekend, but also with the industry-wide. there's change in the air. I've felt it coming for several years now. That I'll call it the independent scene or the non-WWE scene is very, very healthy. And last weekend was the very best example so far that just put a huge spotlight on it. Sears Center in Chicago was rocking, and what a night it was. That's an understatement. I can't even put it into words how special it was.
Where does that live crowd rank amongst the best that you've been a part of in your career?
It was huge. I was out there for a short period of time, so I didn't actually, have a match. But, man, it was rocking and rolling. I'll say that, the week before, or less than a week before, the Sunday before, I was at Triple Mania, or the week before, I was at Triple Mania down in Mexico City, and that crowd was just rocking. And people are wrestling's hot. People are really into it, and it's something a guy that like myself, who this is my 32nd year in the business. It's pretty remarkable to see how red hot it is.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for your time.
That was more than 3 questions.
It was.
Folks, he told me only 3 questions, Jeff. That's it. Just a couple of minutes.
I got lost in it. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. Cheers.